I'm in high school French, okay? So I realized that putting a microphone in front of my hand for people who have just listened to 45 minutes of what you have to do, while you're sitting there going, you know what, I don't have to do any of this, so I would prefer you not use the word have to anymore. Teacher to teacher, be mindful of that when you tell them that they have to learn about probability, that they have to know the proper components of an AP English composition, because you will have lost your class, a third of them, every time you use the word have to. My name is Chris Maza, and I've been teaching for the past 19 years. And I know that usually you follow that with so many years to retirement, X amount of years to retirement. After you just said 19 years, you got a half a year until I call you irrelevant. And I'm going to take your job because you shouldn't be in the classroom. I'm not dead, and I'm still viable. And I've got some information to share with you. Because I've had 19 years of experience, and the people that you met with today for your seminar, that you will continue to meet with, your supervising teacher, Patty Hardy, who is here, all of these people who are giving this information of what you have to do so because of this. And it's my BlackBerry. Oh crap, you saw mine. Yes, I know you're texting right now, and as a side note, please get used to the fact that they will always be able to text, no matter how much you try searching for it. And split-second decision. When you see them texting, don't grab the phone. Because if I were to do that to you, you'd be highly offended. Instead, make a suggestion to them. Hey, put that down for the moment, that you're sure you have much more important information for them. But this BlackBerry represents the network who is standing behind you. And I represent a group. I'm a member of a group that is part of that network. Each one of the speakers has come up here and talked about a different window and a different lens of what it is you need to be a teacher. Why do we do it? Because we care about our profession. And I just used a word that you haven't heard probably in the past 4 to 6 years as you went through this process. The word care. Because as educators, we're supposed to be professional. I adore what I do. But I have no problem standing in front of you as a male high school teacher and say, I adore what I do, but I just offended 10 of you because you know the L word is coming up. I love my students. And I dare you to do the same. Because they're going to come in and they're going to say it to you. It's going to sound like this. At the beginning of first period, this sucks. If any teenager or middle school student has the ability to put air against their vocal cords at that time of the morning and say, this sucks, that means they care. You can work with that. In French, no less. Please care about them. Someone cared enough about you to get you to this point. And don't roll your eyes, because some of you were not born after 1996, and so you're not automatically gifted. That group that was born in 96 that were told they were gifted, that's 2 weeks old, they're now 13 years old. They're in your classroom. Hi, I'm Danny, I'm gifted. I'm glad your mother believes that. But anyway, there is a network of professionals behind you in the Arizona Education Association, and I want to give you a chance as a student to become part of that. Because this, what you're doing right now, sitting next to each other and talking about your profession, is about to stop. And the reason is because you are also, insofar as you choose, in one of the most isolating professions you'll ever find. There's a lot of joy right now just giving my students, let me close the door and let me teach. I'm going to dare you to do a couple of things. I'm not going to tell you I have to do them. I'll lose a third of you. But I'm going to dare you to do a couple of things. I dare you to open your doors and talk to the people next to you. Second secondary teacher, yes, I know you know everything. I know that. 19 years later, I'm still learning. The goofy thing is the Kara in the audience. Kara was my student 4 years ago. You want to stand maybe yes, Kara, raise your hand. There she is, right there. And as a sophomore said to me, you know what, I don't agree with you politically, Mr. Mayor. Before I kept shocked out those things. And I learned something. Be prepared to learn. I dare you to. Secondly, I dare you to figure out whether you adore your position or not. And I dare you to take a look at what you're going to do in 2009 to find a job. 1991 was my first year. For those of you who know anything, the last really big recession. Graduated from the University of Illinois, couldn't find a job teaching French in Illinois. I'm a Chicago boy. Those of you from Chicago, we can talk about that later on. I moved to Decatur, Illinois. St. Teresa High School, go Bulldogs. But it was my first year of teaching. It's what I had to do. And I'll tell you, I'm way too fabulous for Decatur. Just as you might be way too fabulous for Yuma, or Gadsden, or Sierra Vista, or Kingman. I refuse to teach no more than 3 miles away from Devil's Martini. I get it. Teacher to teacher, you might have to consider that. So be prepared to network. Be prepared to talk to the people next to you in your classroom, inside your district, those who have connections into other districts. You might have to move for a little bit until you find that key position. Because if I didn't start at St. Teresa, I wouldn't have been picked up by Providence Catholic by Joliet, and then Dan Winter of 97 wouldn't have sent me to Arizona to teach at Shadow Mountain High School to meet Kara, and I'm a better teacher. Because I met here. And I'm a better teacher because of it. I dare you to join the Arizona Education Association. It's another network, in my opinion, the network, of people who stand next to each other to advocate for those kids that you will meet, to advocate for our profession, who work with all of these individuals you've heard from today to make sure that we continue to provide to the children that I adore and the profession that I love a high-quality public education. Please do well by him over the next few weeks. I wish you luck in your job search. I'm sorry I'm not giving mine up. But you'll find one. It just might be in the